Hi, Tony VERA. Today we have a special guest today. I am honored. I have recorded so many celebrities in my life, as you guys know. But this man here is the real deal. His YouTube channel is close to 1 million subscribers. He's the real deal, man. If you ever heard of Invisible People, go to his channel. I'd rather you unsubscribe to my channel and subscribe to his channel because he's the real deal, man. I've criticized German in Venice, over and over again, you know, because this guy is the real deal. You know, he has no ads on his videos. It's just an incredible man. You know, his name is Mark. The last name I do not want to butcher, so I will not even attempt it. But I'm gonna try. Mark Horvath. Horvath. I should have stayed in school, I know. But sit back and relax. And this is the real deal. Please go to his channel and subscribe. This is the real deal, man. You know, this is an amazing man. I was starstruck when I met him today. So there's nothing else to say. But sit back and enjoy the video. And like I always say, here's the video. Yeah, it's amazing. I can't believe Mark is here, man, from Invisible People, man. You know, it's like, I meet a lot of movie stars in my line of work.
Stop.
No, seriously.
No. Stop. So, Lord Algorithm,
Yeah.
which is what I call this YouTube thing,
Yeah.
right? All of a sudden one of your videos come up, and I'm reading, and you write in the description and comments that this channel is the best channel on homelessness. I'm paraphrasing it.
Right.
I'm like going, oh, I wonder whose channel that is. And I click on it, and it's Invisible People.
Of course it is.
And I'm honored to meet you.
No, you're the real deal. You know what I mean? You're the real deal. I'm here, but I also work at LAX. Your channel is devoted for, homeless people, and it's amazing, man. You keep it real.
Well, I think we have to be real about social crises. I mean, there is mental illness, there is drug addiction, but we have to talk about it and frame it in the context of solutions. That we have to just not be negative. I mean, there's so much negative, especially here in Venice.
That's horrible, man.
Negative. Take that and start working towards solutions that will help people.
Well, the sheriff says by July 4th, Mike Bottom's coming in. He made a statement on Monday. He's going to do something.
It's,
Hey.
You don't like me, why you waving?
So go ahead.
See, that's fake. It's fake. You don't wait for somebody you don't like. You don't like me. It's clear. We all know that. Why are you faking at me? Why you gotta be closer to me? Why? You don't like something, you stay away, right?
Yeah, right.
No. I'll tell you.
We're good. We're good.
No. We're not gonna interview.
I don't know you.
Just tell me. You know me.
I don't know you, man.
You're a liar too, then.
Where I know you from?
You're a liar too. I don't know. You tell me. You've been telling people about me.
Nah. I'm positive, man.
Positive.
I'm doing
You're
news.
lying, still lying.
I'm doing news out
You're
here.
still lying.
News. That's what I
You're still
do.
lying.
I don't lie, man.
You still lying. I'm telling you lying. You know you lying.
Okay, I'm lying then.
If you don't like something, you stay away from it.
Okay. I don't know you, man.
Okay. How you doing?
He's yelling at me. I don't know the guy.
I come over here to rescue you.
Oh, thank you, man.
As I'm walking up, he closed his door because he sees me coming.
Thank you.
I'm the last of the Venice Beach regulators. You know who I am,
Yeah,
Tony.
you're great. You're great,
You're
man.
still going to interview me, right?
This is an amazing man, man.
hey man, my name's
All right,
Mark.
buddy. No. Nobody turned against you. Nobody turned against you, buddy. I said you're my friend. All right? Now, don't bother nobody no more, okay? Thank you. Like that.
Thank you, man.
You want to try this again?
No, gotta keep it real.
So what just happened?
I don't know the man.
But it's Venice Beach.
Oh yeah, it is Venice Beach.
It is Venice Beach. One of the things, I've lived in Los Angeles for 30 years. I've been away taking care of my mom. I'm coming back. When you come to Venice, because of that bohemian lifestyle, because it's a freak show.
Yes, freak show, man.
And, the people are painting that it's so negative. And, today I walked up and down the boardwalk and I didn't feel threatened. I've walked up and down the boardwalk hundreds of times and I don't feel threatened. And bad stuff happens. Bad stuff's happening in schools and Walmarts and churches too.
Yeah.
You know, but there's good stuff here. You know, what we're talking about is being real. We have to be real about the social crises, but we have to do it in a context of there's a solution and there's help. And you brought up the sheriff. Oh my gosh, I watched the press conference today. It's crushing to me because I feel for homeless and house people here, because the sheriff is doing political theater. He's telling all the homeless haters what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's our hero.
Yeah.
He's our dark lord coming, and he's going to save us. And all the sheriff wants to do is intimidate and push people.
Yeah.
He's trying to disguise criminalization as compassion, and he just wants to push people and force them and intimidate them. And that doesn't end homelessness. And homelessness is going to increase 36% or 86% in Los Angeles. And that's pretty scary. And, you know, with it happening and pushing, and this wonderful journalist here is going to hand me her card. So this is what we call the Hollywood handshake.
Wow.
Everybody has cards, nobody has money.
I don't have cards. Yeah.
You don't?
Not on me.
Well,
I was home watching something, you know. This Invisible People. This channel is so famous.
Nice to meet you.
You knew where to find me.
No, I didn't. I was just walking. You said you weren't going to be here, but the
Amazing channel.
press
Invisible
event
People,
happened.
man.
Do you know any video journalists?
You wouldn't be interested.
Like who are working freelance?
Uh-huh.
Martin,
Maybe.
who's with me right now.
Right. So I'm doing an interview when this lady walks over. She's going to anchor lady. You know, she didn't even say excuse me, but I'm not mad. She is
I
fine.
showed Tony. I don't know if you know Tony.
Dude, so I'm
Okay,
gonna
go.
be...
Amazing.
Hello, hi.
Wow.
But you're trying to stay balanced.
Yes.
And it's
well, and
really
always
hard.
Well,
I
I always
wanna-
try to put the unhoused at the center, right? Like
Yeah,
they're the ones who
That's
are...
why I appreciate it. That's why I can tell by your editorial choices. You're, you know, and it's not easy, and
Yeah.
you're trying to tell both sides from the, you know,
Yes.
so I don't see that in other news here.
Everybody loves Kate. You know, the activists love
Go on
you.
your vacation.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
Go
think
on
so.
your, let me
Okay, thank
give
you,
you a
Kate.
card for your,
You're gonna be here.
let me
so...
give you a card for your shooter. If he's freelance,
Yeah, he's freelance.
because I am hiring.
Thank you, Kate.
So
Cool.
Sorry I taped you. I had
Oh, no,
to.
you're all good.
Okay.
You guys are good.
Oh, bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sorry about that. That's Kate. But she's a mate.
She wants to put me on TV.
What do you mean?
22 million hits.
She's great, man.
22 million, you're a rock star.
I have no idea. I just found it out today.
Wow.
I'm getting ready to leave Venice.
Are you where you headed?
Somebody just put my name on the sidewalk down there.
Go.
We all, I believe, all of us are frustrated. You should be frustrated. And we all want to see the tents gone. Criminalization, police action, I mean, you push the homeless people to Van Nuys, and then Valley LAPD pushes them to Hollywood, and Hollywood LAPD pushes them back to Venice.
Because I remember in 1987 I got here, they had a thing called Tent City in Santa Monica. Do you remember that?
You came here in '87?
Yeah, it was Tent City was here.
Well, what month?
It was May 7th.
I got here March 28th.
Wow, that's amazing.
A minute before you.
Gotcha. Okay, do you remember Tent City?
I don't. I was
Kidding.
playing music back then.
I got
was in
you.
my addiction.
Well, Tent City
You know,
was,
I was-
thousands of tents in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And then they moved them towards Venice. And it was big. It was called Tent City. Google it. And there's always been homeless people in Venice.
Well, there shouldn't be. I mean, there's going to be, Venice is that bohemian lifestyle. There's a young couple down here painting,
Yeah.
right? They got paint on their face. They don't do drugs, do art. And I asked them, I said, how long have you been here? They've been out here a month.
Wow.
And that's Venice.
Yeah.
You know, are they hippies? Are they, Grateful Dead followers? Are
I got you.
That's the Venice.
Yeah.
What has happened is homelessness has gotten bad. The homelessness was increasing in Venice. You said it on one of your videos very eloquently, or you interviewed somebody that said this. Homelessness has always been here and growing, but the pandemic made it visible. And everybody wants to blame the bridge shelter that all the encampments grew. And that's just a freak coincidence that the pandemic hit at the same time the bridge shelter came into play.
Because I went to the opening of that, man. It was amazing.
Yeah, you did a video.
Yeah, I did it. I had to.
I've been stalking you.
But the whole thing, you're amazing. I'm not gonna talk.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna talk about another channel, but when you do it, you gotta be real with it.
Yeah.
You can't do it because the people are telling you not to do something, to do something.
Yeah.
I don't like haters, man. People are hating on the homeless, man. And there's different categories of being homeless. Am I correct?
Well, every homeless person is somebody's mother, somebody's brother, somebody's daughter, somebody's cousin. I mean, we're people. And I am living proof. I was out here 25 years ago, and I'm living proof that somebody with drug addiction, and at the time I was diagnosed with mental illness.
Wow.
And we can get better. How do we get better? By helping. And that means, providing needs so they can stay alive, and then getting them into some kind of... So here's the deal. I hate simplifying something as complex as homelessness, but the first thing we have to do is prevention. We have to prevent people from becoming homeless in the first place. LAWSA has been doing better than it ever has. They housed over 20,000 people last year.
That many?
More than ever. But the problem is there's more people coming in. So they're housing 150 people a day.
I got you.
I have friends on this boardwalk that got into housing.
Wow.
And they're housing 150 people a day, but 350 people are entering into homelessness. We closed the back door, but we left the front door wide open.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And that is why homelessness is growing. And now we have the eviction moratorium that's going to be lifted. There's talk that the president might extend it another month.
That's all.
Gavin Newsom might do something. There's $54 billion owed to landlords. And landlords, they need help too. The mom and pop landlords and everything else. I mean, it's a very real crisis. What I'm trying to say is that homelessness is going to skyrocket. If people are complaining about the boardwalk now, just wait. And part of that problem is we don't have the support to reduce. But first, we have to prevent homelessness. We have to keep homelessness there. Then, if somebody ends up homeless, like me, that can get their life back together, we need to restabilize them as quickly as possible. Now, for me, I had to live in a shelter for a while. I wish there was this thing called permanent supportive housing back when, because I would have gotten my life back a whole lot quicker.
How long were you in a shelter?
Yes.
I would say a year.
I lived in a shelter for 7 effing years.
You're kidding?
7 effing. I lived in a homeless shelter for 7 years. I mean, 25 years ago, there wasn't anything like this. I lived in a church.
Okay.
A faith-based organization.
Did you work there too?
Yeah, you end up on staff. You know the deal, right? You still got the tiny room, and you eat the donated food, and you know what I mean? There's good and bad, and there's good and bad and everything. So first, we got to prevent it. Second, if somebody like me can get their life back, help them get their life back. And third, if it's somebody that cannot, whether it be addiction, mental health, ageism maybe, that is preventing them from getting work. I have a black friend in Chicago. His name's Muhammad. He's missing an arm. He did 6 years in prison.
Wow, man.
So in Chicago, they do not pay unemployment.
They don't?
I mean, not unemployment, they don't pay welfare.
They don't?
Right? And because he has one arm, then there's no GR like there is here.
Kidding.
Right, not for individuals.
Wow.
So because he was one arm, Social Security says, no, you can work, right? His name's Muhammad. Who's going to hire a black man with one arm named Muhammad?
Yes.
Right?
That
That did 6 years and is a felon.
Yeah. Wow.
So he's unemployable.
Wow.
So somebody like Muhammad, or somebody that has addiction issues, or somebody that has mental illness, we need to get them into housing with support services. And yes, support services are broken, but all these people, the homeless haters here, want everybody to go into forced treatment. The insurance only pays for 28 days.
Oh, I got you.
And then they're exited back to homelessness.
Wow.
If there is housing with that treatment, there's better outcomes.
Yeah.
It's like insane that those people are pushing for police action. Jail is the most costly,
Yeah.
and they're complaining about the cost of housing. Ah!
Yeah. It's pretty, it's scary
Yeah.
the way it is now here, man.
Yeah.
I got it at 87, the rents were like $400 for a studio, $5 for one bedroom.
Yeah.
Remember those days?
I paid $420 for my first studio.
Yeah, I mean,
in Hollywood.
it was amazing.
Yeah. I rented a 3-bedroom house in Sun Valley, I think for about $950, and it had a 1-bedroom guest house and a pool. It was
Man.
wonderful.
Wow, man.
So, those days are long gone.
Those days are never coming back.
Yeah, never, ever, ever.
But I shot a video the other day. Did you see it? The guy with the machete?
I saw some of it. It was like there was a still with the guy and some other stuff.
The girl, she was a activist, homeless people. She's making a sign. There's a guy behind me with the that thing, what's it called, machete?
Right.
So he put it up, and people are like saying, we should have called the cops on the guy. I'm not going to call the cops on the guy. The guy's going to get shot. It's legal to have a machete, number one, and he had a sleeve for it. But we're getting all this hate for this video.
Well, here's the thing: is there is a mental health crisis.
Yeah.
Majority of mental health issues can be solved simply by housing with support services. Actually saves taxpayer money. So the people that are pushing for forced treatment just need to give the government their routing number and account number so they can just take all their tax money. That's the most expensive, and it doesn't have the outcome. Bellevue Hospital is $1,500 a day, $45,000 a month.
Wow.
They put you in for 30 days, they release you, and you're still homeless and you still have mental illness.
Yeah.
You get in even at the high cost of New York City rent. A studio is cheaper than $45,000 a month.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
people, if you want to solve homelessness drives people crazy. I mean, if you're going to the bathroom behind a dumpster all the time, the lack of dignity, people hating on you. I mean, that's something else that nobody talks about here. Everybody talks about the violence against the violence of homeless people, right? And it's horrible. All violence is horrible. But violence against homeless people.
They had that.
And the hate crimes against homeless people are skyrocketing out there.
Listen, I talked to this homeless guy. He was a white dude, and he told me all these stories. He lived on the Boardwalk at night. He has a place now. I think it's St. Joseph's kind of a place at 15 Horizon. So they placed him after 5 years. But he's telling me at nighttime, these gangs, they rob the homeless, they rape the girls, they hook them on drugs. So that's a bad element right there.
Yeah, you have the gangs, but you also have the people that just hate homeless people.
Oh yeah,
they're out here.
That's true.
Spitting on people, calling people names.
Yeah,
and that's as bad.
Yeah,
no violence, no hate crimes to any people.
Yeah.
Regardless of socioeconomic, skin color, class, or whatever. So.
Yeah, these people, man, they're like they think they're better than everybody.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't where it gets to me, and I'll be honest, because I get in I don't want to go there.
Because my whole thing is like I want to help the people that want to help themselves. You know what I mean?
Well, everybody needs help. You
Yeah.
know? It's like, it's, when I was out here, there were times, when I was out here, you would have crossed the street. I was the worst of the worst. And I needed help, and there's times when I probably wouldn't accept help. And there weren't the services back then.
Yeah.
We got to keep in mind. So we've been going long.
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. But I mean, there's this, people say homeless people are service resistant. No, services are people resistant, right? Every person watching this, you go to restaurants you like, you go to grocery stores you like, you go to gas stations, or you go to doctors that treat you with respect, right? Because the places that don't, you don't go there anymore because you're not treated like a human.
Yeah.
If somebody's rude to you or nasty to you, or you don't feel that you're treated with respect, you don't go there again. Well, homeless people, the only choice they have is to stay where they are. And homeless services are broken, sometimes just nasty. And, you know, the reason that homeless people might not go to a shelter is shelters suck.
Yeah.
The reason that a homeless person might not accept services is because services suck. So fix the services.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to get more customers to your burger joint, you make a better burger.
Yeah,
right?
because the sheriff is taking them to the Bell. You know Bell? It's a homeless shelter.
Oh yeah. I do know Bell.
Yeah, so
I've been there. I've been there years ago.
how was that place?
I don't want to comment
I
on
got
it
you.
because
That's fair.
I haven't been there in
Yeah,
15
exactly.
years.
Yeah.
It might have gotten better, it might have gotten worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, so the whole thing with the sheriff, he's coming in here as a Lone Ranger. So the other thing, besides the police action, LAWSA was created when the county and the city sued each other.
Okay.
The city and the county, one of the reasons homelessness has grown here, number one is the high cost of living. But the, you know, rents and everything else. But the bureaucracy, the county and the city didn't work together. So 6 years ago or so, the county and city started working together. They started collaborating, right? Literally, LAWSA has been housing more people than it ever has. And I'm very critical of LAWSA at times. And I mean, if somebody does good, you say it. If somebody does bad, you say it.
Correct.
Just don't do the bad, or the good.
Yeah.
You know, be honest and be real. What they're doing now, like Joe Bucket's a shit. Sorry, Joe, but you're full of shit. They're coming after LAWSA, saying, well, they didn't meet their quota. They didn't meet their outcomes. If you don't give them the tools, LAWSA is a city organization. LAWSA is a county organization. It's governed by the city and the county. If they don't have the tools to end homelessness, they're not going to reach their outcomes.
Yeah.
So when Joe Buscano or whatever, Pete White calls him Joe Bucky because he's buckets of shit, and I kind of been stuck with me.
Yeah, I got
Thanks,
you.
Pete. Joe, when he criticizes LAWSA, he's criticizing himself, you know, because the politicians haven't given LAWSA the tools to end homelessness. If you don't have the tools to end homelessness, you can't end homelessness. You can't reduce homelessness.
Impossible.
You know?
And what about the deadlines is on the 4th of July. They state it's going to be all gone. The tents.
I don't know. But if they don't have any place to go, they'll be back.
Yeah,
I mean, I tweeted out earlier, is our future every public space surrounded by armed police? Is our future fencing around every public space?
Yeah.
And if homeless people don't have anywhere to go, so all you Venice people watching this, I doubt you got this far, But if you're watching this, you know, all these people that you want forced out of here, they're going to go to your residential area. Unless you work to solve homelessness, unless you work to reduce homelessness, you're just pushing it to another area.
Yeah.
And that could be right out in front of your house. And the sheriff in the press conference today, while they're doing a whole lot of spin, came right out and said, we're powerless of them going to residential areas. Yeah. Well, it's the truth.
Did he give a deadline?
I didn't watch the whole thing. It's political theater. They're using anecdotal stories like some tweet from some guy and, you know, the Bell Shelter story. And, you know, I mean, here's the deal. This is one of the reasons I'm here today. I walked down the boulevard.
Okay.
The boardwalk. I'm tired, Tony. You got me, and then you got me ranting.
I got you. Good, you're doing great.
Yeah. And so I'm walking down, and I'm asking people, and one guy, he tomorrow is being picked up by LASA. They're taking him to housing. I don't know what housing, but it's not shelter, it's housing.
Okay.
It could be Project Roomkey.
Right.
But that's running out of money, so there's another thing. All those people out of the hotels are coming back.
Yeah.
I got to say it like this. Homelessness is going to grow. Where are these people going to go? It's really that simple. And you push all these people down. But the people out here have told me that the sheriffs don't have much to offer.
They don't.
It's funny, the Venice locals are like rooting on the sheriff
they
like
are.
he's a hero.
Yeah.
They forget that he is under investigation for covering up the murder of a teenager. They forget that they're under investigation for deputy gangs.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But tomorrow they're giving out free pizza, showers and haircuts and clothes.
Tony, how long have you been in LA?
It's long, 87.
Okay, have you ever known LA County sheriffs to do anything compassionate?
It's all a shit show, man. You know what I mean?
Right. All of a sudden, right, you've been
Yeah.
here since 87, right? That's a good amount of time. And this is the first time you've ever heard of LA sheriffs giving out pizza.
Well, they had it last week. They had it last day.
Right,
you know,
right.
so
Pizza and haircuts.
Yeah.
Right. First time ever.
I mean, endless pizza.
You don't have to be the smartest person to know that's a dog and pony show.
Yeah.
You know?
And then the problem is they're getting information from the homeless and putting it in the system. That's a kind of a problem too, I think.
They're a lot about it. They're coming in, they're not working with people, they're coming in to force people and intimidation, which many of the Venice locals want. The Venice locals have fought all support services. If you look at every one of their arguments, it's someplace else. We want it someplace else. No shelters, no services, nothing. Nothing in Venice. There's homeless people right here. This is where services need to be. They're already here. Yeah. So, you got me good.
Okay.
I'm getting tired.
Mark, thank you very much. Folks, he's an amazing man. His channel is Invisible People, man. And you guys know I'm a big fan of his. I always talk about him on my channel because he's a real deal. There's no better. When you want to watch great videos, Invisible People.
Well, homeless people are the real experts.
Yeah, man.
They're the people that we need to listen to on how to solve homelessness. There's multitudes of reasons that people are still out here, and they're people, and people are complicated. And whatever those issues are, we need to find simple ways to get them off the streets as quickly as possible.
What about-
we have to work to, you know.
President Biden's money he sent over to us. Can he use that?
Well, that's above my pay
I
grade.
got you.
You know, when you go up into all that, I mean, we have seen, and like I said, I try to be real. We saw with Project HHH, Prop HHH, corruption, right? I
Okay,
mean, one of the city
yeah.
council members was arrested by the FBI.
Yeah,
You cannot.
yeah.
So my
I
concern
got
with
you.
the relief funding coming in from Biden is if any of that. We only got one chance.
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic, homelessness is going to skyrocket. If we mess that up, whether it be corruption or just mismanagement or bad strategies or egos, I mean, every sector there's egos, right? And if we mess this up, I believe we might never get another chance. I mean, homelessness is growing so. And I know I've said it 3 times or 4 times in this video. Criminalization, police action, just pushes people. And with homelessness projected to grow 86% in Los Angeles in the next 4 years,
It's unbelievable.
pushing people and all that money, there was $30 million spent on pushing people around last year. So we got to work on solutions that reduce and end homelessness.
Okay, man. It's an honor, pleasure, Mark, and it's Visible People. Invisible People. It's right there.
Visible people.
Okay. Bye, guys.